Guys. We're just going live, waiting on folks to get the notifications and all that stuff, so we'll just be still a minute. Give people time to get on here. Short week this week for work anyway. We're actually off tomorrow, which is a good thing. Good Friday. So, I'll see somebody on here. Hello, thank you for being here. Share us around if you would. We're just going to take a few minutes and give everybody time to get their notifications and all that stuff. It takes a little bit for that to happen. We're going to make some pickled eggs. Some beet pickled eggs. Lucy just come in. My brother absolutely loves these things. Hello, Miss Surrey. My brother loves these, and my daughter loves these, and my husband used to love them, and we used to make them every year. I'm getting a little later start on them this year. I usually try to have them ready to eat by Easter, but they have to pickle for a few days, so these won't quite be ready by Easter, but we might be able to slice into them and get a bite. I like the purple ones because you can tell when they get pickled all the way through by slicing them open. Y'all, let us, as you come on, let us know how your week's been, and take the time to share us around. And smell the vinegar. I just poured the vinegar out. Until you came in here sniffed around, said I smell it. One thing I got poured so far is the vinegar. She doesn't smell the vinegar.
I love vinegar. I like to eat it all over my fish.
Yeah.
Fries.
Malt vinegar is good. Now, I like cider vinegar best, but I ain't never used cider vinegar in my pickled eggs, so.
I don't know that I ever had it.
We're going to stick. Yeah, apple cider vinegar.
I thought you meant something else.
No. Talking about apple cider vinegar.
I still ain't got even a notification that you're live.
Ain't that something? Lucy said she hadn't even got a notification yet, so I don't know. I tried to put it out there a little bit to let everybody know. I know we've been kind of lagging, but I ain't been feeling good, so.
It's a full moon, Mom.
Oh, and it's full moon today, too, y'all, in case you.
It's a full pink moon.
So. Yeah, they smell your house up, but everybody seems to like them anyhow. And they're a pretty color. They're pretty just sitting on the counter. Yeah, we got two on now. That's probably Lucy. That second one. I need to share it over. I'll be right back. I'm going to share it over on my other page. Put it in my story so Rex can find it. Do that right quick. Guys, I'm going to give me my own notification. Oh well. Not even these. Let's see. There it is. Share now. And share the story. And then go back over here. I'll be back in a minute. I ain't left you permanently. Let's do this. It's about showing. Yeah, it looks like it's going to pour now.
The birds are going berserk out there.
Yeah, I hear them.
Usually a good giveaway.
Yep, I hear them. Little birds is just singing their heart out. Okay, I shared it over on my story. I happen to think some people were telling me that they can't even watch it unless I put it in my story. So I happen to think I need to do that. Let's see. Miss Sherry said, okay, I had my handful of grapes. Eating them fast as I could. You don't have to choke on your grapes, Sherry. We're here, girl. We ain't going nowhere. We got pickled eggs to make. Yeah, Lord. I seen where you been out and about a little bit, Miss Sherry. Look like you're having a good time. I'm glad. And that's
Get other people on there, ask what they eat honey on their chicken nuggets.
I seen where Sherry said they were so good. It's the candy grapes. I get them at McCoy's. Oh, like the cotton candy grapes. Yeah, they are good. I seen somebody doing a thing the other day, like with grapes, where like they chose like their favorite Jello flavors and shake it out in a bowl and then like put grapes in it and then put it in the freezer and froze the grapes and ate them. They said it was really good. I don't know.
Seen people put Jolly Ranchers on?
And there's
Putting them on there and then they pop and crunch on the outside like a Jolly Rancher.
no, I never seen nobody put Jolly Ranchers on them. What was it we did? There's wrapping Jolly Rancher, no fruit roll-ups around ice cream, and it was crackling and going on.
Pickles and I can't remember what all.
Pickles and Doritos.
I love that.
And that ended up being really good. Some crazy stuff, but it was good.
The pickles and Doritos was me.
Was that you?
Yeah, with ranch.
Yeah, the pickles and Doritos and ranch. A bite of that all together is delicious. But you don't know, you never know till you try things and put different flavors together where it's going to be good or not. But I'm going to go ahead and start this, and if people pops on and they need to know how to do it, they can go back and look at the replay. And if you're on here on the replay, put hashtag replay so we know you were there. I hope everybody's having a good week, and I hope everybody's having a good evening. And I'm sure a lot of you've got Easter plans. I hope you do. Spend time with family and remember what it's really about. It's about our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ rising from the grave and dying and giving his life for our sins so that we don't have to taste death. He went through a lot for us, and that's what tomorrow signifies, Good Friday. And as you hear everybody saying, it's just an old cliche, but it's true. Sunday's coming. And one of these days, we're going to be resurrected and headed home. And I'm looking forward to it. I don't know about you, but I'm looking forward to it. But we're going to get started with these pickled eggs. And I done already boiled up some eggs last night. But I thought, some people may not even know how to boil eggs. Let's see, Miss Sherry. She said, I like pickles and peanut butter crackers. I bet that is good.
I haven't tried that.
I love a peanut butter sandwich with Doritos, Sherry. That's good, too. We got 5 folks in here. That's enough people to get started good. But yeah, I boiled up some eggs last night. And we ain't got them peeled because we all know, Lord Jesus, peeling an egg anymore, I tell you, you can't just get the shell off of them. It don't work like that. Have office time there was. And I got these eggs from a guy at work. They're off of his farm. And they're fresh eggs. And they're always harder to peel. But I've went ahead and got these in the water. But we'll go through that a little bit. Like, I'm going to bring these over here a little bit. You want to put your eggs in a pot, not, if you're just boiling a dozen eggs, you want to put them in a pot that kind of accommodates that dozen. And you only want to put your water just a little over top of your eggs. You don't want to fill that pot up because it gives them too much room to move around to take a better chance of breaking them. And so you want to put them in your pot like that, and you want to turn them on high Now this is how I do it. And you turn them on high, and when they start boiling, you just cut the heat off and put the lid on them and set your timer for 15 minutes. Now most people says 10, but I like to be safe and go 15. That way I know my eggs are done. And then you put them over in cold water over them and keep running it over them until the outside of the egg cools off a little bit. Let them set 5 or 10 minutes and then go to peeling them. And it does make them easier to peel that way if you put that cold water on them and let them set. But you still probably going to struggle. But I went ahead and put the second batch on because I am going to make a second round of them to go in another jar. I have to send one with brother and I have to keep one here. So anyhow, we'll get them started boiling. And I'll get mine out that I done already boiled. Alright. Now. I had the little troubles. They got little places on them, but the thing about it is you're pickling them, so it don't matter. It don't make no difference. But I ended up completely squishing one, so we ended up with 11, not 12. But we got our eggs out now. And now we're just going to mix up what they call your brine. We'll do that. Get it started. Onions over here. Yeah, this is the pickled egg recipe I've been making forever. I've tried different stuff, but this one always hits home. So, she didn't like none of the rest of them. So, anyhow, and I'm not much to measure, but we're going to.
I don't make them pickled eggs at the store. There's something wrong with this pink. I don't know what that is.
Probably food colored.
Pickled eggs or to be purple.
We're going to put in a tablespoon of garlic powder. Yeah, I'm going to put a tablespoon and a half. We like garlic. And we're going to do about the same thing with onion powder. Let's just say tablespoon and a half. That suits me better. And then was heaping, of course. We don't have not to. Then we got some celery salt. And you can use celery seed. I couldn't find none. So I got the celery salt. I'm going to do a tablespoon of that. Celery seed is usually what I use, but I couldn't find it. So it's the same difference, just got salt in it. And it's ground up. It's celery seed. It's ground celery seed with salt in it. Like, you know how you can get onion salt, garlic salt, or you can get powder. Yeah, that's all it is.
I've never heard of that before.
Yep. And then
My God, write it down. There's something I didn't know about this season.
Chantel had learned something tonight about seasonings. Y'all actually know something she didn't know. That's scary, ain't it? Alright, then we're going to take a tablespoon of dill weed. Now, it depends on... that depends on you and how much you like things pickly tasting. And a lot of people just take pickling spice, but cloves and all that stuff, that ain't us. So this is what I've always done, so this is what I'm doing. Put a tablespoon of dill weed. That smells so good. Alright. And then we just put some regular old salt. And we won't use as much, you know, as you usually would salt-wise, because we had celery salt. I'm going to get me one of them little things where you just pinch it out, right? Alright. That's probably a half a teaspoon. Y'all see how them eggs is boiling? Alright, we're going to cut them off. Put the lid on. Set this timer for 15 minutes. That's all we're going to do. That's all it is to boiling eggs, y'all. Anyhow, back down here. Alright. We ain't going to worry about putting them caps back on. And we're going to put some good old pepper. Just whatever you like. However much you want to put in it. Now, look, about a half teaspoon. You can always salt and pepper them when you get them out to eat, you know. Calm down. We're going to take you off the heat. Lost track. Alright, now, we like a little spicy spice in ours. So I put a little bit of the juice off of pickled jalapenos. And I put a few of the little jalapenos in it. But I'm going to say I probably put 2 tablespoons of this juice in the brine. But now I'm going to put some down in the jar too. Alright. Now that's got it as far as our seasonings and this, that, and that. Now we're going to put our liquid in it. We're going to put a cup of, now for me I use white vinegar. You can use apple cider vinegar. I just ain't never used it in them, so I don't know. And then we're going to put, now I opened 2 cans of beets, but we're only going to use the beets out of 1 can. But we're going to use the juice out of both. So we need to get the juice out of both of them. For the brine.
The beetier the better.
Well, we put the beets down in the jar, not in the brine. Let's see how much more we can get out of there. We about got it out. Alright, now it looks like that brought us to about, that's a little over 1.5 cups of beet juice. You may have canned beets to use, I don't know. And then we're going to do 2 cups of water. Looks like we got plenty of water. Oh, the camera was falling. Let's see if I can fix that. There we go. Now, I'm going to grab this little whisk here and stir it up a little bit. Some people... Hello, Moto. Mama's calling y'all. Have to call her back. Some people put mustard seed in here and all kinds of different things. But this is just what I've done, and so that's what we continue to do. And you're going to turn your brine on medium. Try to get everything melted up good. We just want to bring it to a boil is all we want to do. It's pretty. That's a pretty color. And our eggs is going to be that color all the way through. And stir it up good. I want to leave that out, but what? That's another thing, y'all. If you get this beet juice on something, it's staining it. Just be knowing that. And it probably ain't coming off, so.
The eggs will too.
Yeah, and if you lay your eggs down on something, it's probably going to stain that too, so. Just know that. I'm going to drop a. I meant to get me a fork. Let me grab me a fork right quick. Alright. Now, if I start coughing on you, I'm sorry, because I'm still fighting that junk. But yeah, I'm going to put about that many beets in the brine.
You're going to beat a brine. Brine.
It's hot in here. Goodness. I have to get strangulated onions. And I appreciate the prayers and the thoughts and all that was going on while I wasn't feeling good. I seen Rians was chiming in and appreciate you that watched Chantilly while she did the non-pizza. Boy, that was good. Yeah, and I just appreciate you reaching out to me and all the prayers and thoughts and all that stuff. I'm feeling better every day, but I'm still fighting this stuff in my head. I still can't seem to shake it. But allergies still are flying, so I guess I'm not going to shake it for a while. But anyhow,
always settles on you and your chest, always.
We got this stirred up good. Now we're going to let it come to a boil. Turned it up a little bit so it'd come to a boil. Let's see what Jens is saying. Sherry said, Mommy always bought her eggs a week or more before she needed them. Older eggs peel easier. That's what I've always heard. That is a good idea. I guess I could start doing that. Buy them a couple of weeks ahead of time and set them out, or at least have them.
We don't never do nothing ahead of time. We fly in our boats on the day of. I think we was born that way, wouldn't we?
But it'd be a good idea if you could think to do that. It'd be great. But like Lucy said, we don't
born flying boats.
We don't do things ahead of time. I have the best laid plans of mice and men. You know.
We're winging it. Everything. Life, eyeliner.
Yeah, we wing everything, Chantilly said, including the eyeliner. Anyhow, I hope like I said, I hope you just got plans this weekend and get a chance to spend time with your families. And I seen where some of you has been making little trips, and some of you has been sharing pictures of the trips that you took, the times you spent with your family and stuff, and that tickles me that you're sharing them with us. And I don't know, I just appreciate the friendship most of all. And I've missed you, Lord of mercy, I've missed doing this, and I hate it when I don't feel like doing it. I hate that I'm missing out. And I'm missing you, I don't get to chime in as much and all that, but we're going to round her back up. I ain't down for the count.
The laundry ever ends.
No, it is the thing that never ends. Is that not an annoying song?
Or dishes. Or it's just, yeah.
And it goes on and on, my friend. Y'all want to hear me sing one?
Going on and on, my friend.
But anyhow, I found these pretty jars.
Oh.
Down at the Family Dollar.
At the Dollar of the Family.
At the Dollar of the Family.
I wonder how many dollars the family has.
I don't know. I'd say they got quite a few dollars. But they're glass. That one's got a pretty green lid. And even the lid's glass. And it's got that little seal thing on it.
This be too loud.
And when you hook it right there, it makes it airtight. So I've washed them out and let them dry where we can put our eggs down in them. So anywho, I thought them was pretty. I used to have actual pickle jars. Well, the last pickled eggs I made, I sent the pickle jar home with Brother. And I sent him a message night before last. Or no, it was yesterday. I sent him a text message and I said, Brad, do you have the pickle jar for the pickled eggs? And he came back, he was like, I think I forgot and threw it away. So we don't have no pickle jar. So I had to back up and punt. So I stopped down at Family Dollar and I had to see, they've got little small ones like that I've got a couple of over here on my shelf, and I thought, well, I wonder. So I went and looked, sure enough they had some. So I was thankful for that. And them's perfect for that. That way he can take one to his house and I can have one here at mine. Lucy's doing laundry on us, y'all. If you hear that racket in the background, that's the washer running.
Shut it, ain't that loud, what's funny? Oh my Lord. I tried to get it done earlier, but I had other things to attend to.
Always something, ain't it? She's throwing things over here. We always got washing or dishes or cooking or cleaning or something to seem like.
That's why. These
Never
other people
ends.
get on here and do these lives, they're paying somebody or they got all kind of time.
We just do things when we can.
Let me see, look. I was on. They could probably hear it. Like you hear it, but it ain't like a waterfall, but it sounds like a waterfall when you've got it open.
Yep. Alright, Lisa, choose your jar. This one's got a purple lid on it, y'all. One's got green, one's got purple. Purple? Purple. You want the purple one? I guess Brad gets the green one. Problem solved. I don't know if he cured for purple, no how. But I'm going to get my jar ready now while this is doing its thing.
I'm about to fix a cup of coffee is what I'm about to do.
Let's see.
You want a coffee? Very informative.
Alright. Now I said we was going to use 1 can of these beets. Well now, part of them we put down in that brine just a little bit. Now she's beating coffee out in the trash can. I'm not killing her, I just wanted y'all to know what that was. And I buy the sliced ones. So we just put some of them in the bottom of the jar. And Lucy, can you hand me an onion? Law, here I am. Throwing them all over the stove.
No, they're molded.
Oh, well, guess we can put an onion in here.
Well, wait a minute, that one's not in.
Anyway.
No, this one ain't. Hold on a minute. I thought it was, but it ain't.
Put the beets in the bottom of it. Thank you. And then I'm going to use this minced garlic. And I'm going to get me a chunk of it.
It helps if you put coffee.
That's a heaping mammal tablespoons, what that is. I'm going to put that in there. Then we're going to put some jalapenos in there. Now I know a lot of people layer these jars like that, but not me. That's too much work, right? Now, looks like our stuff's coming up. You don't want to let that stuff boil over, I'll tell you that. And then it brought her to a boiling point, so we're going to cut her off. Put the lid on. Take her off the heat a minute. And work on this jar. Let me go slice up my onion right quick. We need part of it. Got ready to do it over tonight, so I'll grab us some over here and I'll be right back.
Put that ham in there now.
Do what?
That ham.
Yeah, I got the ham now falling out.
Where'd you say it came from?
Mom's.
Mammoth?
Yeah, no, mom's her freezer.
In the freezer.
Yep. Now let's leave my onion in chunks. There goes our timer for our eggs. That means we got boiled eggs. Hard boiled eggs. Alright. got all these pretties in this jar. And it is pretty. I mean, as you put this together, and then pour your juice over it, it's really nice.
You know, in all my 35 years, I've never watched you make it.
Really?
There.
Well,
I just eat it.
you just eat them.
Eat it.
Y'all, you can smell them in this bag.
Smells like a party.
You know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm talking
Mom,
about.
like, nah. I'm like, it smells like a party. Rude.
It is what it is.
I mean,
These are not the most perfect. Like I said, I had trouble getting them filled, but at least we know they're fresh, right? They ought to be for what we're paying for them now.
that farm you got those eggs from, do they do donational eggs?
They do. If yous would,
Like to make a
if
donation?
yous would like some farm fresh eggs, I can bring them to you from 2 different sources for $3 a dozen. Fresh the next day
Donation.
for a $3 donation. Not to me.
No profit.
So, but if, you know, if you're interested,
If you're local.
and of course you have to be local. I
Can't
don't
imagine shipping eggs.
somehow I don't think they fly too good, y'all. Alright. Now we got 11 eggs in here. And I'm pretty sure we probably could get 2 dozen in here if we'd have worked this out, layered it, and done all the things. Because you can get a dozen in a quart jar, y'all. Believe that or not. You can get a dozen eggs in a quart jar, but I don't like to do that because it don't give them room to get all in the solution or all mashed up against the side. I like to put it in something where it's big enough that you can, you know, swirl it around, move it side to side every day. Give it a chance to mix it up, stir it up a little bit. And I mean, you can do it that way. A lot of people do. Nothing wrong with it. Now I'm going to take this and pour it out in my measuring cup so I stand a better chance of pouring it in the jar and not all over the stove. So we'll get that ready. That's just the first part. Yeah, it's still going to go everywhere, but not as bad. We'll go back over here and get the rest of it. There we go. That's so pretty. I love that color. Now a lot of people put sugar in these, but that's not something I've ever done. So ours ain't sweet. I am gonna leave the lid open on them and let them cool down some before I close that lid. But and every day, if you want to, you can pop the lid open, go down in there with like a wooden spoon or something. And that's going to pickle them eggs. It's going to pickle the onion. You got pickled jalapeno in there, so it's going to add a little zap. You can put crushed red pepper in here, or Tabasco sauce, or Frank's, or any of that stuff, if you wanted to. However you want to dress it up. But that's our family's pickled eggs. And I think they're right pretty. I have to clean that mess up now. But if you'll wait, I don't know, probably, I mean, you can start to see it because like seeping in a couple of days. But, you know, I mean, the longer it goes, the deeper your color's going to be. And my experience, 10 to 14 days, and you've got pickled egg all the way through. And little old gal I work with hadn't never even heard of them until we talked about them today. I was telling her about them. She's got a farm and said she gathered almost a 5-gallon bucket of eggs out of her barn the other day. I said, that's something you do, so she may be giving these a try, and I think I might make her up some and take them to her Monday and let her see what her family thinks about them before she goes to the trouble of getting the stuff to do it with, because I done got it. And we'll end up seeing what they think about it. But if you ain't never pickled eggs, you need to. And probably by the next Thursday or so, we'll cut us one open and see what it looks like. That'd be a weekend to it anyway. But like I said, just take you a dozen eggs, put them in your pot, not a big pot, just a pot big enough to accommodate a dozen eggs, and put enough water over them just to cover them. And turn your eye on high when it comes to a good rolling boil. Cut your eye off, put your lid over it, and pull it off the heat. Set your timer for 10 or 15 minutes. And at the end of that timer, you got hard-boiled eggs. Then you take them and you run you some cold water over them till that water starts to run cold, coming out of the pot. And then you let them sit in that 5 or 10 minutes and then peel them. And Sherry had a real good suggestion, said her mommy used to buy her eggs a couple of weeks ahead of time before she's going to need them. And that way they had time to age some and they're not as hard to peel that way. And that's all there is to that. You put all your goodies together in another pot, all your seasonings and your juices and vinegar and water, bring that to a boil. Put your eggs in a jar, put you some onions and all the goodies you want in your stuff. Pour your brine over it, and then it's just waiting. And most of the time they don't make it too far. They don't make it till somebody's trying them. Alright, let's see who's been on here. There's Miss Cheryl. Hi everyone, just having Monday, Thursday service. Have had my pickled eggs in the fridge 2 weeks, and they're beautiful. And I'm wishing everybody a happy Easter. Jesus is alive. Yes, ma'am, he is. Yes, ma'am, he is. And boy, ain't we thankful. That's what I was telling you. Beat me to my pickled eggs. I usually got them in there a couple weeks ago, so they're ready to eat on Easter, but I didn't get to do it this time. But I seen where Miss Debbie Kitron was talking to Sherry. I talked to somebody. Maybe she answered me. I don't know. Online on Facebook. Said she'd had hers made for a couple of weeks. So I'm a little behind, but we're getting there, I reckon. But Miss Cheryl wishes everybody a happy Easter. Happy Easter to you, Miss Cheryl. I hope you have a fabulous weekend. Have some time with your family and your friends and some good food. Sound like you got the pickled eggs ready anyhow. But it's good to be back on here, and like I was telling that you're here and you wasn't earlier, I appreciate all of your prayers and your good thoughts and checking in on me and sharing your day with me and all that while I was kindly a dragon. I was down. And I appreciate you watching Chantilly and letting her do the non-pizza. You was on here with her, and I appreciate that. But yeah, if you get a chance and you ain't never made no pickled eggs, give them a shot. Everybody does them different. You could probably spice them up. I seen one I want to try. It's called a mustard egg. Now, I've made something similar to that, but it was just more or less pickling it without putting the beet juice in it. And then I put a little turmeric in it, and it turned them yellow. But now these are the ones I've seen, it's got turmeric in it to turn it yellow, but it's a mustard egg. Like it's got mustard seed and ground mustard, apple cider vinegar, garlic, onions. You know, it's more of a savory kind of thing. I'd like to try them sometime. But anyhow, that's our pickled eggs, y'all. I appreciate you all being on here, hanging out. I know it's not a very long one or whatever, but we'll be back around again this weekend. I got a couple of things I'm going to do this weekend, so I'm just going to chime in when I get a chance to do them and do them. Because I can't really plan that. I got to work out when I can get to it. But I will be chiming back in before the weekend's out. Thank y'all for hanging out with us. I'm going to jump off and let you go about. I'd say you got things trying to do to get ready for this weekend, and probably things to cook and get ready, and houses to clean and get ready, and all that stuff. So I appreciate you taking out time to hang out with us tonight. Come see our pickled eggs. We hope you'll give them a try. I love you guys. Every one of you are Starlet's treasures. You're close to my heart. I appreciate you very much. And I appreciate the time that you take out to be here with us. I love you with all my heart. I hope you have a really good night. Love you. Bye.